thought the back of it looked intact.
Oh yeah, that would work. Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. We have Brian's 328i convertible up on the lift. Brian has just finished the driver's side tie rod.
Yep.
We're messing with some German suspension, which is always very fun because in a normal suspension, you would have control arms and the spindle, and it all works very happy in a simple shock. When you get to German suspension, they do everything differently. They cannot be like anyone else. I'll just give you an example. So we actually have a good example because we're the tie rod. Oh, of course, grab it from the grease. This is for a Mustang. This is an absolutely normal inner tie rod. Nothing fancy about it. All steel. I'm just covered in grease instantly. So here's a normal tie rod from a 2011 Mustang.
Boring.
Brian already piped up. And in comparison, here's a BMW.
That's a fine piece of engineering right there.
Look at all of this. I mean, how this is all cast, multi-radius.
Oh yes, Hans, you must have the squiggle. You must.
So yeah.
So there's some 8-syllable word.
Yeah, Lille Kugelager. Yeah. Stabsauger. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the difference between the rest of the world. This is how they do it. So
it's really satisfying when you go full lock to like the strap fits like perfectly.
it clears that little notch right
There's
there.
like, there's like a
Yeah.
quarter inch of
They're doing it for clearance and to get more steering out of it. And there are reasons for it, but it also could have been designed from the front a little bit better. Not from the front, but from the beginning. So that's why we kind of make fun of German suspension. Look at Porsche suspension, you get the same kind of thing. Mercedes has it as well.
full females that go under here. I think they're like 10 hours.
Oh, you replaced these? You replaced the underliners too. They
Underliners
look very
are
clean.
super duper cheap.
This car was pretty beat up when Brian got it. Previous owner was a member of the family.
Yeah,
Not naming any names.
there's 200 was my thing. The ones in there.
And Brian has since been dumping thousands and thousands of dollars into this to try and get it to be a concours level vehicle. Actually, that's not true. He said you said the parts were like Miata level cheap, right?
Some of the stuff is cheaper than Miata.
How far down do you want to go?
Not far enough I can.
It's getting cold. Let's make a noise. And yeah, sorry, the lift makes noise when it gets cold. So, Kev, why are you going to Florida? You know, why the move? I want to show you guys. Oops, wrong one. Why I'm going down there. So this is Galena, where we're currently at, and the forecast low for Sunday morning. 41 degrees. Yeah, 41 degrees. That's why. It could snow on Sunday if we had precipitation.
What, that's the low?
That's the low on Sunday.
That'd be fun for autocross, right?
Yeah, I thought the high looked pretty good. Well, I'm driving Miata, so I'll
67.
I can at least get heat in all 4 tires.
Yeah.
You got across the Civic and it's cold, the rears are still cold to the top of the engine is so.
You want to go up?
See, look at that. Nice clearance right there. I don't know why it needs to make this curve, why it can't just go straight after that one.
I guess because of the length of the spindle, because otherwise they have to bring this back. It comes straight. And hit on this. I don't know. I think they did it just because they probably designed the spindle first, and then they're like, "Oh, we gotta come around the strut." It's very
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
odd.
this.
Something happened first, and the rest of it's an
Yeah,
afterthought.
I'm sure they wanted this pickup point and did whatever they needed.
What the hell
to
is
make it work.
this?
Cooling.
Better? Yeah. Okay. Gonna do some gingerbread cookies? Yeah. I don't know why you would do that. Yeah, do a nice smooth arc. It's a lot easier. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of questions. When it comes to German cars, there's always a question. So we'll get some light in here and we'll show you guys. New boot. Okay. New boots and everything. Yeah. The long tips. You seen that?
Oh yeah.
Quote with all the guys with the long boots.
Pretty nice. I did the other side. That
Think
was
the dark.
extra close.
I'm gonna move the tires so we can wheel this stuff around. Plus, I keep bonking into it. So, get you guys over here and try and get you a good shot of. I'm gonna lower you down too. A little better. Okay. Sure. So this is the part we're replacing, along with this boot. And Brian already has the nut off of this. You just use the air to zoom it off.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it came right up.
You can describe it. People
Sure.
listen to you too.
Yeah, these are actually like all the ball joints in them are fine. There's no play, but this is all rusted into one piece, so you can't adjust the front toe right now.
It's not adjustable.
Yep.
So this is the ball joint remover or de-ball jointer.
Yeah, that goes around the stud, just pushes down on the top and pops it right
Forces
out.
it out.
Yeah. I've gotten a lot of mileage out of this thing.
You can use heat. You can put the
Yeah, you
castle nut back
Use a
on
big
top.
hammer and smack it.
Hammer it. You can actually smack the edge of the rod as well. That usually loosens stuff up. But this is pure force. Oh, you're gonna. I usually use hand, but okay.
Yeah, that's how I usually do it. I just run this up and pop it right out. Okay.
There it goes.
These are so much less violent than the Miata ones.
Yeah.
Like, there's not nearly as much taper on the.
It's a lot straighter. It's
Yeah.
shorter too, I think.
It is. It definitely does not like.
The hardest thing I had on the Miata was the rear axle, driver's side rear axle. Man, I abused some tools getting that thing out of there.
My driver's side was hard too. The passenger
On the
side
Miata?
came right out with the
My Miata one.
or I guess not the axle itself, but getting the hub off of the axle.
Yeah.
The passenger side came out really
I
easy
mean,
with the slide hammer. The
we did
driver's side
10-pound sledge
Yeah,
on my
big
big
sledge,
piece of aluminum.
torque, lots
Wasn't coming.
of slide
It
hammer.
was Ryan and David and myself, and man, it was not going anywhere. David had like pliers holding the. I'll show you the.
Several of my friends want Miatas have been like that too. It's like I don't know why the driver's side is so much harder.
Straight up. That
Yeah.
used to go straight, and this never looked like this. This was all smooth.
I think this got even more gouged up when David and I just used to smack my steering rack back into the Miata too.
Probably. And then I mean, there's huge chunks, but David was holding it with this, like this, and then I was hitting it with a 10-pound sledge, and it took forever to get the Miata axles out. It took us an hour. We're using heat. We're using everything. So this is what it looks like with the ball joint or with the boot off. You have another ball joint up here. And you've got a cool tool to get this thing off, right?
To get the
To get
that
that
thing off. I was trying to zip tie him and get him out of the way. Because it's very hard to get a big wrench of what, 30 millimeter,
I think it's 32.
32. It's very hard to get a 32 millimeter wrench in there to turn that.
Yeah, you
It's got to
don't
be
get a lot
super
of
skinny.
you don't get a lot of flat.
And I'm sure it'll be a proprietary tool that you have to get from BMW, and it's $300 or whatever, and you're only going to use it twice.
Yeah.
So Brian got this tool, which is a
Yeah,
lot
this
cheaper.
this thing I think was $12. This U has like some serrations in it to like grab onto
So it grips really well.
the part. This side has a bunch of grooves in it to grab onto it too. Just throw it over there, tighten those two nuts down, and then it's got a 3/8.
So it actually
socket
grabs
adapter on
it
it.
grabs on the rounded portion of it versus the threads.
You're grabbing onto the little bit of flats that this thing can kind of engage with.
Okay.
And this is also grabbing onto the rounded part, but I think I think they're both kind of doing the job. But I actually need to pound the lock washer straight first. So what I do on the other side and pull this thing out of the way.
Now that you put it upside down, it's going to hit the strut.
On the other side, I was able to get this to like go into there. But I think that's
The problem is this now hits the strut. Do you have the nut for that kind? Just
somewhere.
This rusty one.
I'll just give you 2 threads on here. So it stays put.
Yeah, that'll do the job.
Or not. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's the downside. Since it's not straight, you can't flip them upside down. That might also be part of the design. You can only go one way.
Yeah, like the Pokemon.
Someone can't put it in upside down.
Wonder if
Yeah, sometimes I zip tie those guys until it's time to.
Yeah, that's yeah. This has a lock washer on it. There's
Okay.
usually some sort of positive
tab.
mechanical retention on
Oh, it's just folded
most
over.
suspension stuff. Yeah,
Yeah. So it's just side of the washer is folded up flat so that the nut can't get loose. So that huge washer on there to keep that nut on. Okay. I guess we're spoiled. We have better production techniques and lock systems now.
this is the same system that the Miata uses.
That
It's the same era.
they had in the 1800s when they built this thing. Although those guys aren't drinking it, I sure as hell am.
Yeah, it's the beginning of it.
It's a little tough to see what Brian's hammering on. The lock washer is right here,
Here's
and
the
it's
old
flat
one.
on the bottom. Yeah.
There's a key in it, so it can't turn relative to the steering rack, and then you
Fold in
fold
this,
up one of those on one of the flats on the
fold in the bottom edge here.
inner tie rod.
So he has a little keyway, little notch right there. This guy stays kind of vertical like this, and then you fold up. Or, yeah, it folds. It folds towards, right? Yeah, it folds towards it. So that's what he's hammering back right now, so that it can turn. This can eventually unlock.
For a little piece of BMW lore, there's 2 versions of these things. There's this one with a 3mm spacer on it, and there's ones without the spacer on it too, because this serves as like a steering limiter.
So you have the thick one and the thin one.
And I have both of them because you can't know for sure which one it is until you take off the boots. And
Oh,
they
you
were-
don't know which one it requires.
Yeah, there wasn't like a chart anywhere that just tells you which one's which.
Oh, yeah, if
I'm
it's
sure
in-
it was by, because there's so many options on these cars. I'm sure it was by like what wheel and tire package it comes with and stuff. But
Okay.
they wanted to limit that steering a little bit more. And these were cheap, so I just bought both.
You frame the other ones.
Yeah,
Official BMW.
I also got
Mechanic,
lucky
yeah.
because I used the spacer ones, so the ones that I bought and don't need cost like $2.
You have to add those to your parts list when you sell this thing. You
Yeah.
know, like a BMW owner that
It
has
comes
those.
with spares.
It comes
Yeah.
with, it comes with a spare that's the wrong part.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah. Hey, thanks for the gigantic big block Chevy. It's not going to fit in my Ford Escort, but okay. Glad you included it in the spares package. Yeah, when you put that guy in, you have to kind of pre-angle him so you know which way he's going to go loose, which way he's going to go tight, so you don't run out of wrench room.
Yeah.
You don't want to get tension on it, and you're like, oh, crap.
Yeah, I had to retighten that side a little bit so I could then get the nuts off.
So yeah, you can see that guy. He's going to grab onto this whole thing. So he'll grab onto the notches on the inside, and then the serrations. So grab the ball section, which is nice. Oh. Brian extended the Jeff wrench. That means there's torque involved. He doesn't want this thing
So I don't want to
slipping.
over torque that.
But yeah, he doesn't want to break it at the same time.
I'm sure that's not going to slip it.
Do you want the white pen to mark those that you torqued them?
No, they're
It's a joke. I'm kidding.
I mark most stuff.
If you look under Brian's Miata or under Chris's car or Jeff Donati's car, there'll be paint marks literally on every single nut, and every single bolt will have a paint mark that it has been checked and torqued.
That's also a trick for when you put suspension back together to just make sure you actually tightened all the bolts too.
Right, you didn't forget one.
But it's a really quick visual way to check if that
Got
nothing is vibrating loose.
And
Like,
also, yeah,
When you have like a rattle somewhere and you're trying to diagnose it, it's really nice to just like
hey,
be
that
able to
paint
look
mark's
at
all the way
something and
over.
be
Yeah,
like, okay, well, I don't think it's any of those things because they haven't moved.
get some blue Loctite. That one's getting tightened.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's how quick that is. And then now he's just hand tight. You can loosen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take this thing out.
It's a good workout too. Good arm workout.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones on the
Yeah.
MR6 are actually inside the chassis, so you have to use the tube.
Mm.
When I redid the
Yeah.
steering rack in it, I was like, oh, I have to take these whole things out. It's a huge pain.
Miata ones were similar to this, but you could actually fit like a adjustable wrench on it pretty easy. Like the flat was much bigger.
Yeah, or use a crescent. Crescent works pretty good.
Yeah.
Tappy tap tap. That thing comes out. That saved about half an hour, so that's worth $12.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
The alignment shop quoted me $1,000 for this job.
To replace the tie rods and align the
To-
car?
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah, and the alignment is 100, and the parts for this for an expensive part was under $100 for everything. And
For
if
the
I had
top
bought
of the line part.
yeah, and if I had bought the cheapest parts, it would have been under 50. I haven't like
1,000.
paid somebody to do anything on a car that's not in alignment in a long time, and I was like, wow, that would really suck.
$1,000.
Yeah.
So you're looking at, okay, so the alignment's 100, so that's $900. Parts are 100 for the top of the line parts.
I think they had parts quoted at like $200 or $300 or something. with
Okay, so
their
that's
markup on it.
$700 in labor.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, Hunter racks are nice.
it was a
but
big number.
yeah, not that nice. Oh, so you can see the keyway
Yeah,
here for that lock washer where he goes. Tink. He stays locked on me. Feels a little tighter.
yeah. Oh, it feels a lot tighter.
Oh yeah, you can't move that at all.
There was that one's like loose, but there's no like play or rattling in it.
But he just spins freely, like
I mean, yeah, it's just
or
it's
just
just
wobble.
floppy.
Oh yeah, okay, yep, he's done. Yeah. Oh, here, we'll just show everyone that. So, I don't care what ball joint you have. If you have a ball joint that can just do this, that's a bad ball joint. And I don't care where it is in the car. It can be a tie rod end. It can be anywhere on the control arm. This one doesn't have any play longitudinally on the x-axis, but he's all done. He's just worn out, and he's still got lube in him, but the lubrications, the grease is broken down, and now he's got a lot of space in there, and it's fun to play with.
This car is just under 180,000 miles on it. I don't know if these are original.
This isn't what you
probably
want.
got replaced sometime.
This isn't what you want. So where's you have the new one on it? Oh, are you trying to?
I was gonna try to put the boot on it, but I need to go get the boot first.
Oh, so notice this one. There's no way I have to get some kind of leverage on it. There's no way, but you can see the difference on how tight it is. So that's what you want. You want this tight. You want the force from the steering rack or the force from the suspension to actually help it move. And that's how you get tight steering, and that's how you get tight suspension. Give that back to Brian. He's going to put this guy back on. With the washer, he's not going to forget that part. The new one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ideal to not reuse those because you've already done the metal once. But in a pinch, it would be better than not putting one on there.
I'm going to go on the other way. Oh, no, here he goes. I'm just weird.
No, this was probably easier because then it will at least try to line itself up.
Those boots rubber or are they BM? Doesn't say that they are.
They feel rubbery. Also like that they have this big rubber.
Yeah, that's
for
a
the boot
great.
to grab
and that's
onto
built on to
instead
the.
Yeah, instead of like just having it grab straight on the tie rod.
It can
Which
work,
was-
but yeah.
Which was nice because it allows you to get the boot out of the way more.
That's
Because-
true. You can set the boot kind of where you want, right?
Yeah, there is a recession in the tie rod. So
Okay.
like for that to go in. But for this part, you can push it off of that and get it more out of the way.
Allegedly. Use the concrete.
It did on the other side. That should be far enough. If I took out this nut, I could just take it all the way up.
Or further down at least.
Yeah, or get it all the way out.
So yeah, next up, the washer will go on, and then the rod will go on, and then we'll have a very happy BMW steering.
Yeah, it'll
So-
probably feel a lot better.
It felt okay before; it wasn't terrible, but this would be way better.
Yeah. It felt fine to me before I replaced the struts, and then because the toe is out afterwards.
That's the problem. You get a new component, the weakest link then shows up again. The next weakest link shows up.
Start wearing your bump cap over here, Brian.
Yeah, I have two.
Is what?
You know the bump caps that they were in the factory?
Yeah.
I always thought those were so. I was like, this isn't gonna do anything. Like, you know, it's like a thin plastic piece. Like, if something hits my head, like I'm still gonna be toast. Then I worked on the line, and I probably bumped my head up against the car like
I just
probably
snapped my
100
head right
times.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's.
I
what-
can't tell you how much of my scalp is in the corners here. All these.
Or
Even
how much
after
of that, or
even
how much
after
of
I-
that is in your scalp.
Even after I powder coated them red, they're bright red, and it's still like I have dents all over my head.
This lift might be the same paint coat as your car, Brian.
Yeah, Hell Rock. It's got a cool color name.
On this car,
Yeah,
the paint code is called Hell Rot.
yeah. The damper housing says that in the
That's
in
funny
the
as
engine
hell.
bay. There's Hell Rot and there's Hell Rot 2. Hell Rot 2 is a little darker.
This is safety red from the powder coater.
Yeah.
This was powder coated in 2011. The forearms and the floor plate.
They held up really good.
Yeah, considering the amount of stuff that's been on here.
Yeah, what was the final number when?
I don't have a final number for the cars. I'm in the hundreds. So, yeah, to coat it like this, I'm putting together a list of all the cars that have come through the shop.
Nice.
And it doesn't count if it hasn't been in the shop. So if it's just stuff we did outside, like whatever, that doesn't count. But the cars that have been in here, it's a couple hundred cars so far.
I believe it. That's awesome.
Over 13 years. So yeah, we'll start a new list at the new shop, and we'll just do a running list, so I don't have to go back and think about
that
it.
out of the way, Brian.
Yeah, you can see the nice brake line cracking that I was talking about too. That's why I'm
Yeah,
replacing this.
Oh yeah, we need pretty lines up here.
Yeah, I mean, I just got stock replacements for it.
Oh, you're not gonna get braided?
No, this car's never gonna see a racetrack.
I thought you were autocrossing this thing.
No.
Oh well, so much for that hashtag.
I have 2 other cars to autocross. This car has all seasons on it.
Yeah. You saying that like it stops people from autocrossing?
I thought
It doesn't stop people from autocrossing, but I'm a tire snob. My daily has 200 treaders on it.
I'm surprised you don't have purple crap.
No, I want some for the Miata though.
Don't do it, man.
Spec Miata takeoffs are so cheap.
That you're spending all of your money on tires. We'll never see you again because all you're gonna do is buy split.
Yeah, but 205, 50, 15 takeoff Hoosiers are like $400 for a set. They're like less than the tires I buy.
And you're gonna go through 11 sets in a week. So yeah, it doesn't matter how cheap they are. Just go through them.
I want to do them once, and then I know that's how you end up wanting to buy more.
Says every addict ever, Brian.
Yeah.
It's totally different, and the problem is you're gonna love it too much.
Yeah, but I also
end up like Dan. You're gonna have an entire condo full of fucking tires.
part of the reason I have a storage unit right now is because I don't have anywhere to put the second set of wheels I have for this car.
Oh my! What tires are on the second set for this thing?
All like 15-year-old unusable
Oh, okay,
ones.
okay.
It's just another set of wheels I'll give to whoever buys it.
In the package of spares.
They'll get a reasonable spares package with this car because there's no reason that I'm gonna keep all this stuff. I'm not gonna own another one of these. I really like this car, but the only one I would buy at this point would be an M3, and those are too expensive.
You wouldn't get a 328i coupe?
No, if I was gonna get another one, I would get an M. Partly because BMW is stingy about only putting non-open diffs on the M cars. And I like the feel of the M engine better. Like the same one that's in Michael's car.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like a nice like E36M is like $20,000.
Yeah.
Like for that money, like there's plenty of other cars I would buy. Car like yours would still be high on my list.
Yeah.
But I would
I
probably,
selfishly
if it
hope
wasn't-
prices don't come down.
I don't think they will. If I was gonna daily it, I would get one of those. If I
Yeah.
wasn't, I would buy an ND Miata.
I've had that exact thought of when I actually need to get a practical car. I feel like I would probably sell that and then end up with 2 cars.
Mm-hmm. Driving my Miata's at the Gap made me like love it again. I had so much fun. I put like 1,500 miles on it in that trip.
That's awesome. What was the most represented generation, would you say?
They did take like for the people that like checked in, they had stats for that.
Okay.
I think it was NA, then ND, then ND, then NC.
Really?
Yeah, there were a lot of NDs. And the NA, ND, ND numbers were not super far off, and NCs honestly weren't that much lower either.
The production numbers of the NDs are so much lower.
Yeah,
it's
they
crazy. Yeah.
They're still not bad though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm glad that they still sell enough to manage to justify a car, because Mazda is a small company. To manage to justify to make a car that shares like almost no components with anything else they make. Like pretty much everything on that car is exclusive.
And they don't have any. They don't have any like child companies or
No,
just their own little world.
and that it's
Nothing
not
to
like
share
that car
parts
is
with.
like it's not like that car is like shared with another manufacturer like the BRZ86
Right.
is. Yeah, I'm just glad that it still exists.
Yeah. Did you have the BRZ when you were up here last? I think
Yeah, I've had it for just over a year now.
Yeah.
I had to get a white Toyota to match MR6.
Yeah. You what?
I had to get a white Toyota to match MR6.
Oh yeah. Brent, do you want Hammond to take care of these, or you want to?
No, Hammond can do whatever he wants.
We try to recycle stuff here.
Most awkward.
With that washer. You can get a punch though. Just get a punch.
Yeah. I at least got the fold started, so the punch should work pretty well now.
I'd like to see if the assembly, like, how that looks on the assembly line. I'm sure they hit it like once.
No, they have a tool that goes up there.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it just
yeah,
whoop.
definitely.
Yeah.
Good jump. The whole back end of the car falls off.
What do you think you're gonna know with this?
Yeah. Okay. Well, put that one back.
Well, I'll use the little hammer for the clamp.
Or do you want BFH? The two hammers that we use in the shop, the BFH and the main.
I end up using my dad blow more than like anything else at home.
It just seems like it's work. You're not moving it. Okay. This is our old one.
If it's rusty, it's the old one.
Now the next thing that's going to show up is the rubber in these end lengths.
Yeah, those are looking
Dated.
yeah
Yeah.
vintage.
Vintage. Mature.
Yes.
Seasoned.
There you go. Period.
Yeah.
Correct.
You're correct.
Yeah.
Kevin, my sister and I both learned how to drive stick on this car.
Oh, I can't hear you. What?
So my sister and I both learned how to drive stick on this car.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When we were like 16. So my dad had it at least 12 years ago.
Still in the stock clutch.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The clutch still feels good.
My brother and I learned.
I don't like launch it or do anything stupid on it though, because I don't want to abuse it right now.
83 Subaru GL wagon.
What did you learn on Dakota?
I learned to drive stick in a Cadillac ATS. And I felt like an old grandpa driving around it because I was driving so slow.
Not the ATS.
I also, the first time I drove the car, I started in third gear, but I installed.
This will mess you up. The Viper truck, so you can start in fourth gear. So much torque, it just doesn't care. I mean, the clutch is not happy. You don't do it every day, but I did it a couple of times in the truck. You can do it in the Viper too. You can start in fourth gear.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's just.
If you actually launch that car, do you launch it in second?
You can. What usually happens is the reason I keep my hand on the shift lever for launches is because I'm almost immediately going to go into second.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering
Almost.
if it was even worth it. I know some of the Corvette autocross
It'll take
guys
me
will just
longer
launch it
to
into.
get back. In autocross, I do everything in second gear. I won't ever change gears. I'll do second
I
launch
mean,
in
on a
second.
short course, you could run it in first. The gears are so long.
At Obet's, I did run it in first, but it also it gets closer to 6,500 some of the sections. So I'll just do it all in second and keep all that torque.
I know S2000s will run in first at Obet's sometimes.
I was trying to think of the phrase. You really need someone guiding that and then hitting for that hammer.
Yeah. I'll call it good. It's not going to loosen.
Oh, no way. Yeah, he's on there. Brian's trying to polish it with the punch. Like, it's folded over already, and then Brian's saying, I need to smooth this little section out. No, don't. It's flat. It's on there.
I want a bit more flat.
More flatter? Yeah, see how hard that thing is to move versus the other one? Holy crap. That ball joint's tight. You're trying to get that rubber back in its notch.
Yeah, no. Yeah, this one is like, it stays where you put it.
Yeah, now that you have leverage, you can actually move it. But yeah, that's exactly what you want right there.
Where's the nut?
That is stiff. That's like me in 8th grade homeroom, man.
Not it fell out right here. I don't know how it ended up there, but it did.
Probably came off when I was hanging it.
Oh yeah, I forget it was on the end of that thing.
Yeah, this doesn't just have like a nut that goes right up to like a normal surface either. It's got a split and then a ring.
Collar?
Yeah. to clamp down on that.
Oh, like a compression fitting. Okay.
Yeah. And on the old ones to make sure that there's plenty of space for everything to rust together.
Yeah, you want to make sure you get as much water and salt in there as possible.
It's got to be tub approved.
Yeah, but I mean, the nice thing is that like inners and outers come together and they're cheap. So
Okay. Yeah, they've made hundreds of thousands of them. So
You know where the old one went, Kev?
yeah, I want to get the length at least kind of similar.
the 2 boxes, yeah. Sorry, I didn't.
I just remembered that.
I thought you had it written down. I'm sorry. I thought you were done with them.
Ryan, do you have any idea which one's which?
Yeah, they have an L and R on there that would be too rusty to see.
Floppy one, I think.
They're both floppy.
This. Let me see the bulge.
Yeah, this is it. It has an R in it.
Oh, okay. Got it. I thought you were done with them. You've written down all the specs.
No, I figured I'd just eyeball it.
It's on the ground. We cleaned it up.
I've driven the Miata with
I spent
Toad
2
way out of
nights
spec so many times.
sweeping, mopping the floor, cleaning all this stuff up, and then I get a call from a friend with the C6 leaking radiator. 2 o'clock in the morning, he pulls it in. After all that cleanup.
They're actually not that far off.
You want me to? Here, I'll hold these straight and then you can look at. Then you go tight or loose.
Needs to be a little bit farther out. It's actually pretty close.
1 full turn out.
Yeah, that's probably good enough.
That's kind of all you get with these is a full turn. You can't get any half turn.
Well, yeah, at least not for
okay.
at least not for what we're doing right now.
Yeah,
Are those pretty even?
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
Okay. Here, let me have that guy.
I tell you, I drove the Miata down to Miata's at the gap of 1.1 degrees of tow out in the front.
Okay.
Something was messed up, like big time, and that much tow out, like it did not want to track skirt at all. It was like constantly just trying to follow every little bump.
Yeah. Wait till you get full slicks on something.
The turn-in was
You
insane.
can't drive full slicks on city streets. There's no way.
Oh,
It'll
yeah.
try to suck into every little tiny.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
even the 200 treadwear tires, like
They try to do that too.
Do
And
that
then
so
those-
much worse than other like just
slotted
normal street
bridge, like
tires.
concrete that they have. It's like
Oh yeah, and slicks it's even worse.
I've
You're
been
just
on
Or like
the-
yeah, or like where there's like the pavement that's sunk in a little bit
Yeah,
when you come up to like an intersection, like
rutted.
that it wants to grab all over
Yeah.
the place.
rutted is really bad.
Yeah, the combination of that and lots of camber makes that car do that too.
I was gonna say, hopefully you haven't used that.
Yep.
God, can't imagine having to use the totally corroded nut.
there you go.
New tire rod is in. Put the wheels on. Let's go.
That's me.
Oh, you're okay. Sorry, everyone. That was the mic. Yeah. Well, it's
What's
hard to put it on here, and then nobody can hear you guys. They only hear me. So, figured I put it here. They can catch the whole conversation. What I really need to do is get a PZM mic,
What's that?
pressure zone microphone, pressure zone modulation. It's like speakerphone, the things they have in the center of the conference room table.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it works off of a flat surface and it picks up off of flat surfaces. It's pretty cool.
Oh cool.
They used to be stupid cheap, now they're really expensive.
What, when people started outfitting conference rooms with them?
No, just 20 years ago they were really cheap, $20. Now they're like 300.
Sure, they're better at least.
Yeah. I was gonna say you have a torque spec on that guy,
Yeah. They actually pretty low. Yes.
right? 25.
Yeah, 26. I think it was like 40 in the Miata.
You have a very small. This sounds bad. You have a very small shaft, so
It is, yeah. It looks M10 to me.
yeah. I wouldn't think it would need that much torque on it.
I'm surprised that they go just with like nylock versus with like
Pin
a
through?
cotter pin.
Yeah. You can drill your own hole and safety wire it if you want.
No, I'm fine with the nylock.
And you don't want to go spec M and that setup. So yeah, so this is going to get held. This arm's going to get held, and then Brian's going to turn this, which is going to push that collar tight, and it's going to clamp down around that so that it can't move at all. It works kind of like a compression fit. It's basically a compression fit.
Yeah, this feels over designed to me.
It is absolutely 100% unnecessary, but again, like I said, we're dealing with German stuff,
Yeah,
and
that's fair enough.
someone came up with this in a meeting, and they're like, "No, that's perfect. Yeah, let's do that." Or everyone else was at Oktoberfest and left it alone, and they're like, "Oh, well, you know." Gunther came up with a new design.
Oh,
You want to come down?
yeah, I need it to come down so I can turn it a little bit straighter and then get the boot popped on.
Gunther. Brian and I know why Gunther is funny. That's my dad's. I should have said Franz. Sorry. There's a good trivia question for you. The two crawlers, the space shuttle would go out on. They'd build the space shuttle in the hangar, and then they'd take it over to launch pad 39A or 39B. Those crawlers, top speed, 2.
Nice.
But don't forget, they're moving a solid rocket booster and a little tiny spacecraft. But their names, they had 2 of them. They're of course custom built from the ground up.
Is that like, that's not straight at all?
Yeah,
That looks pretty coded in.
this one looks.
That one actually looks pretty good.
It looks straight.
I
Yeah.
might give this one a turn.
But the 2 crawlers, their names are Hans and Franz.
Nice.
Now we got copyright infringement. Going back up. Yeah, we could hear the entire conversation when you pulled in. You want to go up some more?
No, this is fine.
Okay. So that guy's okay. You're just going to tighten up the other side, or
Yeah, I'm gonna give the other side like
one notch out.
Yeah.
So right now, just checking to see that this is going straight. If it was towed in, we would need to loosen this, do one notch out, loosen the tie rod.
Well,
If
we can
it's
do it like they
towed-
do it in an alignment, like just loosen the lock nut and then turn the
Set your
shaft.
steering wheel straight.
Yeah,
Yeah. So since this guy's straight, we're gonna leave this guy alone. You're just gonna adjust that guy.
yeah.
So this guy can get locked up because he's okay, but the other side will want to change. Yeah, a little, just one rotation.
Yeah, I figured it should at least be eyeballed kind of straight.
Yeah.
It'll make it more pleasant to drive home.
Brian's doing the
If it feels good
boot clamps right now.
enough, I'll drive it to work tomorrow.
With the CEO of Honda in town, you're gonna drive a BMW to the office.
My other
Maybe then he'll give us a bigger discount on the employees.
You don't have a diesel you can take?
it's also gonna be nice. I'd probably drive the Miata otherwise. So I could put the top down on
It
there.
might rain tomorrow.
Don't say that, dude. I just put the limo outside.
The hot tub will get full.
I don't
Good
want
point.
the hot tub full. Yeah. Especially now with the rain on it. I know that's why the only reason you guys are coming down to Florida to see me is. Okay, let's take that limo out. Let's take the limo out.
You gotta admit the limo at least makes more sense down there than it does here.
Yeah. Well, okay, first up, where does the limo make more sense? Like,
Probably Vegas.
where does it make sense at all? That's the question.
Honestly, Vegas is the
Vegas
best
and
thing I can
Miami
think
are
of
kind of
because
it.
Vegas barely rains and you could drive it down the strip and it would people would look at it and think it fits right in.
Vegas, LA, Miami, that's it. I think those are the only places.
Actually, you could drive it around Nashville. If you drove that thing down Broadway, all the drunk people at the bars would like it. You just gotta look out for falling chairs.
Didn't we see what happened in Haley Welsh? So Brian just clamped those boots closed with the cool pliers, and then he's smushing the crimp so that it can't loosen or come uncrimped. It has to break if it's going to come off there or get snapped. Getting snapped is bad.
Multi-purpose gloves. Which tires back on.
As you say, that'd be manicure.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. I've got another 30 minutes.
What's in 30 minutes?
So what?
My birthday.
No way.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Oh, I was thinking that was this weekend.
I mean, we knew it was your birthday, so
I knew your birthday was right around Labor Day.
that's why we brought you this BMW.
I get mine off a decent amount of time.
Are you around town, bro?
Right around Thanksgiving. It's been on Thanksgiving this week. One of them was for my 21st. So I drank a beer at Thanksgiving dinner
Nice.
and just happened to feel terrible that day, and I had a headache, so I only drank one. Especially like when I'm under a car and I'm like turning things opposed to each other, I always have to like
Oh, I pretty much check.
Which
Unless it's a
direction
bolt
is
directly in front of my face, I have to confirm. everything tightened up on this side, bro?
Yeah, it should be. Yep, because there's only 3 fasteners and they're all tight. Oh, this was like actually just as easy as I thought it would be.
It's rare.
I feel like that doesn't happen that often.
Mm-hmm.
Might still give it some more.
You're pretty close right there.
Okay. I don't know which direction the toe is going to change when
The car goes
lowered
down.
to the ground, but it should at least be kind of in the ballpark.
You have an alignment appointment for this?
No, but I'll just take it back to the team. It's literally like under a 5-minute drive.
Oh, nice.
For actual like performance alignments and stuff, though, I went to the Oxford that Scott works at in Westerville, and they did a really good job on it. Right?
Oh, really?
And they also paid for Ubers home and to pick up my car.
Seriously?
Yeah, which is like,
You said that's in Westerville?
yeah, it's like really close to here.
Yeah. Huh.
They did a really good job. They even like found that one of my eccentric bolts was messed up and like replaced it, and that fixed the driveline clunk that I had. That I thought was the drive shaft, and I replaced the drive shaft and I didn't fix it
Oh, no.
because I just replaced the eccentric.
Yeah.
But yeah, I fixed that, which is nice.
That's great.
The drive shaft was sub $200 though, so it wasn't awful.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Wow. All right, I'm going to wheel back the camera here. Red makes for a nice backdrop color.
It
Nice
does.
shot.
I think the red is part of the reason why this card gets attention.
Yeah. Emma said he used to have it's probably the same red E30 convertible.
Yeah, they've been using this red for a long
Yeah.
time.
That thing got a bunch of wood.
I do like the color a lot.
Happy BMW? So we get some wheels back on here.
All these upgrade going around.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot wheel studs.
They weren't hub centric, it would be a lot worse.
It'd be really nice if I had a big long torque wrench to torque those wheels. Oh.
Yeah.
We're done with this torque wrench?
I can give that back after this weekend.
No worries. We're done with this one?
Yeah. Okay. I just want to check that my hub maintains torque after I like drive the car hard.
No, it's fine. I'm just kidding around. I have to give you that fender roller.
Oh yeah, where is that?
It's right around the corner.
All right. Oh, I see it. I'll bring it up.
That does not belong to me.
Doesn't belong to me either.
That's why I need to give it back to you. For those of you that don't know, this is a fender roller. That's what it looks like. And it goes here. And it will actually roll this part of the fender out to your wider tire. That's what this guy is. And
This is actually already a pretty well rolled one. Like it fends up like 45 degrees.
Brian borrowed that from a friend of his. He brought it up here so we could roll the fenders on the MR6.
And then it doesn't have enough root travel, so it ended up using
Yeah,
that
we
anyways.
just, put the wheel on, lowered the car, and then rolled it back and forth. We used this bat, which surprisingly is a very simple tool. It works very well, and you can see the marks on it from where the fenders got rolled. And then there's some black marks in here from where this is what he was in the trunk of the just as hard as he could. I mean, just beat the shit out of the car.
Didn't you say that's kind of an expensive tool?
What
What is that?
I thought you said the bat was like $100 or something.
No, yeah,
Someone
these
was
are like $60.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's kind
It's
of
a genuine Louisville stuff.
It's a Louisville Slugger. It's a real deal.
not sponsored.
Oh. I mean, it started to crack. I mean, that's how hard he's hitting this. If you go to Louisville, they have a
You know,
huge
from all the
bat.
hangers you hit.
Yeah. They have a huge bat out in front of the factories.
You taking the tour of it? It's actually really cool.
I haven't taken the tour. I was doing other stuff in Louisville.
I went there for a day with my friend.
Went to a very, very cool speakeasy there called Hell or High Water.
Oh, I've heard of that one before.
Yeah. Clean up some of this stuff. I did set all the other washers here.
They were like a leftover thing. Yeah, the original ones were so rusty. I think it. And you can get them off. You can take it off. It's so rusty.
Crap, I'm missing a punch. Missing 2 punches.
These are like generic ones from PCS, I think.
That's
what the
hilarious.
bag said. Because it said made in China or Taiwan.
Oh no! You can't even pinpoint
Or
what.
Taiwan?
That's how you know those are quality parts.
That's called plausible deniability right there. Like, we're not going to take responsibility. The other factory did it. Of course, they have no way to track it. Right?
Yeah, they don't do serial numbers.
Just so you guys know, these are the pliers that Brian was using on those boots, and they have a head here, and that's where it gets crimped and it goes in. And this little section down here keeps it from squeezing out, and it gives it that nice smooth crimp, and then you just tap it closed with a hammer. So that's what these pliers are for.
Perfect. I need a big boy.
That one would probably do it.
That's the big boy.
I don't think I've seen this one.
Yeah, he's manual. I know you like the big tools.
All of mine are manual.
Need to take mine back to Harbor Freight. It started rusting.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Lifetime guarantee.
Yeah, they'll just give you another
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, Craftsman was really good about that. I used a lot of Craftsman tools. And they were like, here you go. Here's a new one. I was like, oh, thank you.
Recreate doesn't do that on their electronic stuff though.
Oh, really?
Those have a
Just-
90-day warranty.
Oh.
But I
Better get
also
your use
appreciate this. You can geek out on the new
of-
calipers.
Nice.
Yeah, I have this stuff.
Any
I like the mini ones.
8-inch, 6-inch, and
Paint markers.
Yeah, it's all the paint markers.
when I went to Mopar NAS, I loaded up. This, I didn't get the extra separate.
Oh, nice.
But even on wheels,
And
imagine
it's
what this weighs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna take the tools out. Like you're
No.
just gonna leave it in. They might bounce around a little bit, but
That'll be all right. And then this is probably what they base the new M5 wagon on. Only BMW guys will get that joke.
I think the new M5 was like
more.
1.5 of my toolboxes? Or?
No, this
Oh,
car.
this car? No.
I think it weighs double.
I think it's at least twice of this.
What is it? It's like 5,500 pounds or something.
No, it's almost 6,000.
Yeah.
Almost 6. I think this is like 32.
Oh, I thought they were.
Yeah, I thought
This is the convertible.
I
I think
figured.
the convertible is like 100 or 150 pounds.
Yeah, the sedan, the wagon, I'm sure is at 6. It is unlike. They didn't send it to Gordon Murray. Simplify and add lightness, right?
They don't even pay at all.
Mystery fluid or what is that?
That's coolant from the seat. Yeah. Oh, also this game has to be. These guys have the best box.
I know. I was gonna say that is a.
What is?
Best box. It's like heavy duty cardboard.
Oh.
This guy. Brand new CV joints. Or Grease.
Oh, cool.
A different plating for the nuts. I'll show this to everyone. These are our, got 4 brand new CV joints for the MR6. A couple of you guys, folks, saw this last night. These are, we're just waiting for the axles for the MR6. These go on the end of the axle. These go into the hub, and the axle goes in here, and it can rotate like this. These are super heavy duty. They're made by a company called Best. Yeah, it's kind of like that end if you're looking at an axle. This is for a Honda though, but it's that side. And the notch that's been cut in the axles is like the notch right here. That's where the boot goes on. Our current axles don't have that, so the boot slips off. All the grease comes out and kills the joint. And that was part of what killed us on Saturday. Finished off our game on Saturday. Was our
The axle fell all the way and it shot her out there.
Oh boy.
Because then I could just screw her out.
Where did it wreck to?
I don't have any power.
It made a lot of noise.
Oh yeah, it'll make a lot of noise. But We have new axles, so we have those four. There's four of those, and we have 2 regular axles and 2 spares. So that's what those guys are for. As soon as we get the axles from Brian, we put them all together. That's all we're waiting on the MR6, and then it's ready for the track. Should definitely put some miles on it. While it's in the other garage, I'll put the maintainer on it too, get that battery juice back up. The limo started right up today. Their system works, everything. So I'll do a bunch of work on the limo this week. It's gonna be my distraction as I'm packing up stuff to go moving van.
Yeah, you have a day.
What's that?
You have a day plan.
I don't have one yet. I'm still trying to schedule it because I have to rent U-Haul, load all that in, and I gotta get. I don't know which car's going down first, Miata or Viper. So, oh,
you're doing a U-Haul move?
is that bad?
No, I'm just surprised. But like, if you're not taking all of the furniture and stuff, and more movable.
Yeah, no, some of it stays here.
So the next time I move on, for sure.
Oh yeah.
No, it's. I'll save a couple of $1,000 to do it myself. The other nice part is it is a straight shot down 75. I go to Cincinnati, I get on 75. I stay on 75 until I clear the first bridge in Port Charlotte, first exit ramp. I just keep going and keep going and keep going. When it's for your cell phone.
You gotta track one of those.
This had a 6 CD changer in it originally, also.
Wow.
I don't understand how you don't take this to Radwood with the
Buying a BMW phone probably costs as much as a hard top there on the
My friend's dad was
Our
telling
tops
me.
for these cars are like $4,000.
Seriously? Yeah, I didn't think there was a hard top more expensive than the
Yeah, our top and an S2000. More expensive than
Wow.
What about Boxster?
that's probably
Are you, Brian, are you torqued? Oh, and you watch the $2.
yeah. I'll throw out the old one.
You can pitch the old one if you want. Folks, always dial back your torque wrenches. Whatever you set them at, set them back to the lowest setting, please. Thank you.
I don't remember how they're. One of these I don't need is not very important.
That's it. Tools are away.
Oh, you didn't see nothing about this car?
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, that's spiffy.
That's so much cooler than anything today.
Is that factory?
Yeah, this is the OEM like dealer installed.
Oh my
system.
god, that's funny.
We gotta bring that back.
Yeah, that's way cooler than the horn honk.
Or just the beat.
Yeah, I actually like it a lot. It cracks me up.
Do you want to do a lap quick?
Sure.
All right. Yeah. So I think we're done with the new tie rods on the car. The wheels look straight. Just looking at them right here.
Yeah, it's also saying like
It's monster truck
Monster
height.
truck.
too
yeah.
high at least.
Yeah. The car will settle a little bit as he drives it. You can see the wheel gap. This is yeah.
E36 it always.
I mean, come on. You got one fist and 2 fingers. That's the wheel gap. On a German sports car. So that's kind of a BMW thing. It'll calm down as he drives it, obviously. But it's very funny to look at right now. You're like,
The
oh,
E36 thing, the fenders are like not the same shape at all, and the front has like 2 inches of wheel gap, and the rear has like 1 thing. That is
that's
that is
weird.
actually the correct height.
That's so bizarre.
Crazy.
Yeah.
The rear fitment looks awesome.
Yeah, that looks fun in the back. Up front, you're like, where's the rest of the engine to lower it, right?
Yeah, a lot of people like will pretty much only lower the front. It looks better like that.
Yeah, that looks fun in the back.
It's like the opposite of a Carolina squat.
Yeah. Like, even the M's have like the significant amount of.
They should call it like the Stuttgart squad. Squad. Yeah, that's what it is.
Say that 10 times.
Stuttgart squad. Stuttgart squad.
Really, that's probably why they made the E46 not look like that.
Right.
People thought it was weird.
People didn't like that look. So yeah, and also another pro tip for anyone watching: this little thing in hoodies is not for storing things like glasses or car keys or anything. Do you know what it's for?
What you got?
It's to keep your hands warm. It's not for holding anything. It's actually just to keep your hands warm. Just letting you guys know that, because I see people with like, 2 bags of Doritos and 6-pack in here. It's not for storage. So because when you move, it's going to eject that stuff. I promise.
The worst, you won't have to worry about this, Kev. But when you go to Florida, you won't have to worry about it. But when you put something in these pockets, and then you put a jacket on over your hoodie, and then you can't figure out if it's in your coat pockets, and
Or
then,
in the-
yeah.
I've had that while skiing because I've had like a pullover.
So many layers.
And it has pockets in it. But then I have my jacket on over it, and especially if it's like a deep powder day, I'll have the long jacket on. So then I'm like, wait, is it in? No, it's in those pockets. Wait, crap! And then you have to unzip, or even worse, you have the pullover on, and you have pockets in that, and then you have I have a one piece. I did have one. Probably didn't fit me anymore. A one-piece suit, and then you're like, is it in the? And then you're digging, and you're like, no, damn it! And then you have to unzip and unbelt, and you're like, all right, okay, now I got it. Take the top of the suit off, and you're okay. I found my key. Yeah, that's the watching us struggle with ski gear is always fun. Yeah. All right, you gonna take that for a lap?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll finish this up here.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you want to, just go.
Sure.
Or go down to the roundabout and back.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. All right, those guys are gonna hit the roundabout. Don't hit any gear, please.
Oh, I won't. The deer will see this thing coming from a mile away, like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
It just needs to pop a bunch and spit things.
it does have
Six,
that.
and then the deer should be scared of it.
It does have that BMW aura. You see the videos where the guys accidentally hit the turn signal and they call their friends and they're like, "There's this blinking green light on my dash. I don't know what it is. Outside of the car, it's orange, and I don't know. Is this a warranty thing? Did I brick my ECU? Yeah, it's really funny. Very funny. Oh, Dakota's gonna drive?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, okay.
I've got a better feel for these high rod adjustments.
Is that? Are you making that up?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
I never even drew this car. I'm putting my hoodie on. Brian wants to get the top down.
Yeah.
Do you still have topless as a plate on the other car?
No,
No.
I don't have that anymore.
No.
I had it for several years and decided to.
Yeah, I gotta get new plates in Florida. I don't know when I'm gonna get yet.
Actually,
We'll see. See how well it pulls out of the driveway. If anything falls off, it probably hasn't. Brian's pretty methodical about checking torque and all this stuff. No CDLs. Oh, are you guys seriously going to well?
yeah, I was actually.
I thought, didn't you have a?
Now it's actually truly manual. Yeah, I put the.
You had the,
It has the things like the car manual thing, but now it has the actual battery.
oh, Oh my.
Yeah.
I thought he had the light switch thing.
Yeah, that's what the manual motor is. Because the motor actually.
Alright, these guys are on top of this. They pick up all the girls on the way back? Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's awesome. Alright. Watch it stay as you drive back. Probably 2 now. There you go. It's working. Alright. They're off. Another successful repair so far. They'll be back in a little bit after a quick test run down to the roundabout and back. It's about 3 miles. I have no idea what that noise was. Same car steering. Our steering pump's really loud now. You're at full crank. So that's it for tonight. Thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry chat wasn't working. It looks like it was, but then it stopped. So I apologize for that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it tonight, and you know, some of the BMW stuff, some of the German suspension stuff is very odd, very weird. It works, but it's not like, you know, normal suspension stuff that we see. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that and get something out of it. If you have any questions, definitely put them down there. Either I'll answer them or I'll ask Brian, and he can give me an answer on his car. And if there's something you want to see here in the shop, shoot me a message either here on YouTube, shoot me a text, call me, whatever, and we'll try and get the car up here. And I think that's about it for tonight. I appreciate you guys hanging in there and doing all this cool stuff with us. All the subscribers, you know, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'm trying to bring you guys cool stuff almost every night. And I love seeing the emails from YouTube says, you know, XYZ subscribed, or you have 4 new subscribers or whatever. It's really cool to see. I really appreciate that. And that means you guys like what I'm doing here. And like I said, I don't get paid for any of this. I don't get paid from YouTube. I don't get paid by any of these guys, nothing. I'm doing this because I love doing it, and I love teaching, and I love helping you guys out. So definitely keep watching. Let me know. Thanks again for hanging, and don't forget to show someone that you love them today. Give them a kiss on the cheek. Give them a kiss on the tip of their nose. Hold their hand. Give it a squeeze. It's really important for them, but it's far more important for you. All right. Thanks, everyone. We will catch you tomorrow. All right. Have a great night, everyone.